Interesting video today, boys. Look, if you've got a girlfriend or maybe you speak to some girl that you really like and want to get even closer to her, in this video I will teach you specifically how to properly use text messages in order to do that. But just before we do that, let me tell you something first, because this is the most important thing you can note from this video. If you're in a situation where no girl is really into you, you don't really talk to any girls right now, a situation where you've maybe never even been in a relationship and you've never felt a touch of a woman, then there is no point in watching this video. You can stop watching this video right now, because there is something far greater you have to take care of. And it's not your relationships, it's not the girls, it's you, it's yourself. How could you be able to fix a relationship when you are broken? When you are literally broken, remember that in all areas of life, it all starts within, and it all starts with I. It doesn't start with you, it starts with I. Like, no offense, but how can a girl like you if you don't even like yourself, bro? If you don't like yourself, how can a girl love you? Literally, bro. To be truly able to love others, to show love to other people, you have to first love yourself. And it takes practice. I've been on this journey for like 3 years now, and finally I can say that I am able to be loved. I spent hours, days, months, like I said, years, perfecting myself in order for someone to see me and to love me for who I am. From the way I present myself physically, all the way to my mindset and how I don't know, react in an argument. So if you haven't done that yourself by now, if you have not been focusing purely on yourself for at least the past 6 months, bro, there's no point in watching. And also, there is no point in you trying to get that girl, right? I promise you. No pickup line, no cheesy text is going to save you if you look like you can't even take care of yourself. You have to give her a reason to like you. So, bro, and be totally honest, right? Are you funny? Are you smart? Are you intelligent? Can you hold a conversation? Are you physically fit? Can you play sports? Do you take care of your body? It's the simple questions that you really have to ask yourself. If you want to resolve the looks maxing kind of problems, then I have another video where I explain how you can be better looking, right? So if that's what you have to do right now, then look up a video on looks maxing by me. Or in fact by some other creators. Some other videos are also really helpful. But if you already look decent, at least decent, right? You have been working on yourself for at least 6+ months, or maybe you're just genetically gifted or something, and girls just tend to like you, then here is my advice. Point number 0. So the 0 comes before the 1, 2, 3, 4 and all of the other stuff. The 0 is the most important. Now listen. Do not, and I say do not, send dick pics or some dumbass pickup lines or anything else that your stupid ass brain tells you to do whenever a girl texts you. Like, bro, you dirty motherfuckers, like, it's literally the bottom of humanity. If you send dick pics or do some other crazy stuff on the text messages, then I don't even want to know you, bro. Click off to some other recommended video, bro. Get out of here. So this was point 0. Don't do stupid shit. Find God and follow the word of God, right? Point number 1. Don't text her. I know it sounds super counterintuitive, because how can you be better at texting a girl when you're not even texting her, right? Listen up. I even have a story about that myself. You see, like maybe 3 years ago, I was speaking to this one girl that I really liked. Like, I was genuinely obsessed over her, right? Now, I was so obsessed to the point where I could not stop texting her. I texted her 24/7, bro. I've texted her so much for so long, each and every day, that even she told me that, okay, like, I can't just be out here texting you, like, I got some stuff to do. And it's literally the worst possible thing you can do. It's because when you're giving away so much of your energy to a girl, she just sees you as a kind of a worthless person. How do I describe this? If you spend all of your hours of the day on texting this one girl, it shows her that you don't have a life. It shows her that you don't have anything else to do. And it's the most unattractive thing you can do, trust me. Let me tell you, text messages have only and only one objective, only one goal, and it is to plan the next date. Now, this was kind of a mindset shift for me, right? Because as I used to text girls like a lot, right? Then I heard about this like mindset, right? Of texting is only here for you to plan the next date. It's like the only real goal, the only real objective of texting. It made me, one, save a bunch of time, two, made the girls more attracted to me because now they like have to kind of wonder, what is he doing right now? He ain't texting me, he ain't replying to my messages. I guess he might be doing something important, and that is attractive. Also, you have to find time to miss each other in a relationship. You can't just be with her 24/7 because if she knows that you're not doing anything important with your life, it's unattractive, genuinely. So the way to reverse this is to get a life and do important things, so you don't have the time to text her. As a masculine person, you should not even want to spend so much time on just texting, because it's truly pointless. If you want to speak to her, then call her, or maybe, like I said, plan a date to meet her. Don't just spend all of your time texting, it's pointless, bro. From my experience, I can tell you that I'm not really that much of a masculine person. I mean, I'm working towards being more and more masculine and stuff, and I know that some people might laugh at me right now, but I am trying to become more masculine, right? But if I was not on this journey of like becoming more masculine, then most probably I would still love to spend all of the hours of my day on just texting one person, on just laying around and cuddling and not doing anything of value. I think the reason behind that, and it gets like quite personal, I think the reason behind my femininity is that whenever I was a pretty young Marcel, I used to always be more on the side of my mother when there was an argument in the family. It's kind of like psychological stuff, but it makes a lot of sense, right? So, the point number 2 is, if you're actually getting to text her. Send voice messages. Now, if she likes you, she most probably loves your voice. Also, voice messages are just quick and efficient. Just better. I don't know, bro, they are just better. And by the way, I don't really care what app you use. It's best if it's actually something very minimalistic and simple, like Facebook Messenger. That's what I use personally. Or it's now the Meta Messenger, I don't fucking know. Like, if you use Snapchat, then bro, you're either a 13-year-old or you're just brain dead. So use a... I know I offended so many people there. Use minimalistic apps. Maybe Telegram or WhatsApp can also be in this range. Point number 3. Never send paragraphs. By paragraphs I mean long, boring texts. Messages, especially from men to women, should be short and sweet. There is no point in speaking about your day, what you ate today, what you did today, where you've been. At least leave those kind of conversations for the actual date, for the time when you meet her in person. But during your texts, even by using voice messages, it's not the best way to spend your time texting. Maybe if you really want to text her a big message, then don't try to put it in a long box so she would be tired of reading it. Make it a bit more entertaining for her, I guess, by making the messages much shorter and involving much more action, I guess. Like, how do I say this? I know that some of you get what I'm saying, but some of you don't, so it's tough. It is tough. Never send boring, long texts. So this was point number 3. Damn, this video is going by pretty quick, doesn't it? Point number 4, it is very, very similar to the point number 1, I guess. And it is to get a life. That's what I've said previously. What's actually so attractive in a man, and by the way, I'm not attracted to men, but what is attractive in a male is the fact that he has priorities and that he sets boundaries. You don't always have to respond to her texts. Bro, you got shit to do. Focus on you and only you. There is no point in simping over some one girl. Because if you truly work on yourself for 2, even 3+ years, then simping won't even be an option, because the girl would simply go to you, not going to her. A much better strategy in life, fuck. A much better strategy in life is to make her chase you, not to you be the one that's chasing her. High value men don't chase, they attract. And also it's going to sound like really disrespectful to a lot of women watching. I mean, most of my audience is male, but for all of the women out here, sorry if I offended you. Actually, I'm not really sorry about that. For most women, and actually most of them won't even say that it's the truth, but trust me, it is the truth. Most women don't even want to be your number one. They don't want to be simped over. Every woman wants to get the best that she can get. So there is no point in giving any attention to the lowest guy that's giving her the most, like, validation, right? She wants the top guy that gives her this little validation or even none. This is what is attractive. And I know it's getting very red pill, right? But it's not exactly the thing that I want to teach you here, because most of the, maybe not most, but some of the red pill ideas, the thoughts of the red pill community are actually quite like misogynistic, or however you want to call this. They are devaluing women when women are actually the prize that all men should be fighting for. Like, they are fighting for it, obviously. Bro, all I'm saying is to higher your standards, higher your values. So, when a genuinely attractive woman approaches you, meets you, sees you, then she would be more attracted to you. Then you would have a higher percentage of being with her. But for all of the hoes, for all of the bad women out here, leave those. Leave those to the gang. She belongs to the streets! So don't put her, don't put any woman, maybe apart from your mother, don't put any woman on the pedestal. Don't put any woman as your priority in life. First should be you, your self-improvement, and God. Then your family, then your brotherhood, and maybe then your relationships. And it doesn't mean that you don't love her. You might love her with all of your heart. But, like, sorry, there are things that are more important than you. It's just the way it is. It does not mean that you don't love her. It means that you are a masculine man that has his priorities straight. A man that sets the boundaries and that respects the things that are genuinely the most important in life. So, hope this helps. Stay hydrated and stay abnormal.